What is up, guys? Spades Plays here, and today we are doing a Naruto tier list. Pretty solid show, probably one of the best shows in the world, even if you don't like anime. If you gave it a chance, you would love it. Okay, let's get right into it, baby. Okay, Guy Sensei Papa, he is I want to say S tier, but if he got more screen time, he would be an S tier. High A tier though, for sure. Cayuga, I think D. I don't like her. She's mean, rude. Not fan. Haku. Haku's a B. Haku, thought it was a chick. Fool Naruto, fool me. It happens. Dog, that's Guy Sensei's. He's a classic. I put him at B. Like, he's okay. He's not the best. Still awesome. Kiba. He is gonna be Hokage one day, but for now he's just a C tier. Little disappointed with him. Could have been a bit better. His dog gets a B tier. His dog, fang over fang, bro. Can't go wrong for the dog. I mean, Kiba, he needs to learn more jutsus. He's relying on his dog, and his dog's better than him. Yeah. Ooh. Why? I, completely went blank. What's this chick's name again? Why am I going blank on this? Hinata. Okay, Hinata's a C tier too. This team is all C tiers. The Ninetales, he's an A tier. No S, but Ninetales, pretty solid character. Like him a lot. Yeah. Oh, here we go. C tier. The mediocre team. Very mediocre. The worst team out of the four big ones. Just, Ant Guy was probably an B tier. In Naruto the original. Story. Naruto Shippuden did nothing. Boruto, they just criminalized his character. Just made it unlikable completely. Like a weird... Ugh. Shikamaru, ooh. He's definitely an S tier. He could be an S+. One of the best characters in the show for sure. If you hate Shikamaru, you didn't watch the show properly. You watched it with 3D glasses from 2002. Shikamaru is a clear S tier. There's no debate. Choji's he's a high B tier. I do like Choji a lot. He just eats a bunch of chips. You can't hate on the guy too hard. Ino, yeah, it's a B tier. B tier. Probably the best female character in the show. Just solid OP jutsu. Read through your mind. Can't go wrong. Rock Lee, he's an S tier. He's close. If he had more role in Shippuden and in Boruto, he would be an S+, but no, he got done dirty. The original series, one of probably top 3 best characters in the show. Naruto, you know what, Naruto, I will give you an S+. He deserves it all. Naruto, his talk no jutsu broke the world, man. He just kept talking everyone out of fighting. He didn't even fight half the time. And when he did, he delivered. Unless it was to get Sasuke back to the village until the very last episode. So You know what, Naruto? You're an S plus tier. Stay true to his way. 10-10. Ooh. 10-10's a D tier. What do? You open your scroll. You throw a couple of shurikens. Your shurikens don't do damage because every time a shuriken was thrown in the show, it did nothing. Is this? I think this is Neji. I'll give... Man, I'm gonna receive hate here. I think Neji's a C tier. Neji's just... He's like, I just hated him so much in the original show. Like, he was like probably an E tier in the original show, but in Shippuden he was like a B tier. So I'll bump him up to a C, because at the end of the show he learns like what is right and wrong and how he could change his way. This is just classic D tier. Literally just your genjutsu did nothing in the whole show. Your genjutsu is terrible. It's supposed to be so good and you do nothing. You're supposed to be a leader. You didn't do a good job. Asuma, A tier. When Shikamaru lets out that scream, you just freeze up. You're like, oh, Shikamaru, I feel for you, man. Even though we barely knew Asuma that much, it just hurt when he died. And yeah, he was an A tier. Pretty solid knife, brass knuckle, glaive, chakra pointed punches, and they were pretty good. Guy Sensei, S plus tier. The best character throughout the whole series. When he turns into the beast at the end and fights Madara and just destroys Madara, it was just so like milky. Well, he lost, but like Madara's invincible. He was just holding him back, and that was all pure strength, no jutsu at all, just pure training and pure sacrifice he was willing to put for the team. If Naruto didn't save him, he would be dead. Okay, Sandman boy, Gaara. Okay, in the original show, Gaara was my favorite character. Shippuden has a little weird haircut, becomes a good guy. Yeah, it's nice that he changed. Most character development in the whole show. But man, like, he just was not the same. I liked like chaotic Gaara from the original. He just made the show wacky and put all these good fights in there. Shikaku, the best tail beast, S tier. Shikaku just wants to party. Gaara is some demonic boy, and Shikaku is just like, man, I just want to party. Let's destroy stuff. Let's get some apple juices in us, a couple of chalky milks, throw some Skittles in there, and you know, you got yourself a Friday night. Fangirl, which I don't remember her name, but Gaara's sister. Fangirl, I'll give her a C tier. She was cool. She gets with the boy Shikamaru at the end of the show. A little angry. It's Tamori. A little angry, but you know, good character all around. Puppet boy, I would give him B. Kankuro. He controls puppets. He just wants to be the best puppet master throughout the whole show. And maybe is probably not. Sasori's kind of more goated, but still pretty solid character. Not the best, not the worst. This guy, you don't even talk. You know, I'll put him E tier. He doesn't do anything. He's just, oh yeah, I'm like Gaara's team's leader and I do nothing. First F tier, guys, Sakura. You know how it be, you know how we do. Sakura does nothing. Terrible character. Couldn't stab out Obito's eye to save the world, because I don't know why stabbing an eye out is so hard when literally people are dying left and right and they're your closest friends and family. It just, Sakura, terrible character, does nothing throughout the whole show other than whine and make bad decisions. These guys, you know what? Like they're getting put back to the end of the line. Like I'm not doing those guys because I don't even remember them. Like I'll put them in E tier because they're not as bad as Sakura, but they're just randoms. This guy is pretty cool. I'll give him B tier. He's intimidating, but he's just the tuning exams director for that year. Scares Naruto a bit. Naruto goes in, 0 questions answered, and wins because he wanted to be a ninja and he refused to give up on his dream. And that's what this tier list is all about. Refusing to give up on your dream. Okay, this chick, she's a C tier. Orochimaru's pupil. She's just okay. Yeah, another tuning exams proctor, but just she's okay. Like, yeah, we go in the forest. Yeah, I have snake jutsu from Orochimaru, but I do nothing. These guys, I want to say they're higher tier, but like I just don't, like, for a YouTube tier list, I don't even remember. Like these guys all like helped Asuma, I believe. Some of these guys helped Asuma in the fight, probably died. Yeah. Jiraiya, S+ tier. Another sad death. Jiraiya it was just terrible when he died. Like, you were like, no. And then the theme song spoiled that he died, and everyone was just flipping because why is the theme song saying that he died way before he died? And it's like, oh, he's gonna die, thank you, because Naruto's crying upside down, and it was just showing him fight someone and falling down. So he clearly died to this six people with the same orange hair, like the anti-Naruto. When you first got introduced to him, you're like, who are these 6 dudes? Big Toad, classic A tier. Gamabunta, A tier. When Naruto summons him fighting Shikaku on top of the world, well, on top of the tuning exam fight, and Gamabunta just delivers. That was just milky. He's like, why did you summon me? It better be important. And Naruto's like, it's pretty important, man. He's like, oh, man, sorry. You could have just said so. I'm the help you fight. Okay, Ino's dad, B tier. He is solid. So sad when him and Shikamaru's dad sacrificed themselves just to get more intel and to make sure that they figure out how to win the Great Ninja War that was like 300 episodes long, I think, ish. You know, Shikamaru's dad, A tier. Papa Shikamaru, you did well. You sacrificed yourself. You taught Shikamaru his way. The whole family's goated. The grandson's goated. Shikamaru's goated. Shikaku? No, it's not Shik. I forget his name, but he's A tier. Another Shik. Sasuke. Hate me all you want. Do I give him a S+ tier? I might, bro. Nah, you know what? If Sasuke... Well, here's the thing. Everyone hates on Sasuke because it's like he never came back to the village and like, oh, everyone's had his pain and stuff. But Sasuke needed to be in that position of being Naruto's rival but not coming back to force Naruto to be better. Because if Sasuke didn't do that, then Naruto wouldn't have built enough strength and time to help take out Hyuga, take out Madara, take out Obito, because Sasuke encouraged Naruto to get strong because he could never bring him back to the village. And that's why he's such a good character. And then he changes his way in Boruto, and he works under Naruto because he's finally realized. But Naruto had to beat some sense into him at the end of the show, which is the ultimate final fight. It's what you wanted to see. I don't get why everyone's so mad about it. He needed to be that character. Choji dad, B tier. Papa Choji, Butterfly Boys, they're all GOAT. But not GOAT enough to be higher than A tier. Or A tier at all. I forget who this guy is. I think this is an elder. If it's an elder, he's an F tier. The elders I hate. You're gonna hate me. You know, we'll just do Danzo off the bat because everyone hates Danzo. And I'll give you my opinion on Danzo. Danzo is a D tier. I didn't like Danzo, but he played his role. He was supposed to be hated. The most despicable, backstabbing good guy, quote unquote, in the show. They put him as leader, as the leader of the Hidden Leaf, just to find out he was a backstabbing boy. It was good he played that character because we wanted to see him get annihilated, and Sasuke annihilated him so many times because he has those eyes in his arm. Okay, Neji's dad is probably a C tier too. You know, he's just, unless this is Neji's uncle, just a classic C tier. Yeah, I think it's Neji's uncle. Oh well. Yeah, Neji's dad died, didn't he, for Neji's uncle? Yeah, he died, so that's why he's C tier, and he also does nothing other than be grandpa like Boruto. Orochimaru, I was not a fan. C tier, man. Like, he played a good, like, classic, you know, was starting villain / I turn good guy / I have my own ambitions. But he's creepy, man. He's like snaky with the tongue and just deviant. Not a fan that much. I think this is Sasori. No, it's not Sasori. This is Gaara's dad, I believe. Gaara's dad is just D tier. He's like, the first thing he says to Gaara, instead of being like, oh, you're like the Kazekage of the Hidden Sands, which is, I was planning to assassinate you a couple times, but you have friends, bro? You have friends, bro? And it's just like, man, doing Gaara dirty. And Gaara just slapped him in like 1 second. Okay. The Hidden Sound 4. It probably, like, they're all like, I hate, this guy's the worst. Definitely a D tier. The guy who multiplies, also a D tier. He's just, didn't like him. Flute Girl, D tier. And then Spider Boy, C tier. They're just, man, they're just terrible. Like, that arc was good, but I'm just not putting them higher than C. Like, there's better characters. They don't deserve to be on the same level as Choji. Like, no way. Okay, but this guy, he is an A tier. I know you guys are like, what? But is it Kimimaru or something? Man had bone jutsu. Man was gonna be Orochimaru's next body. He was ready to do it. He just wanted to be, had purpose in life. He lived a tough life. He had like bone cancer, even though he's like bone jutsu, which was like stupid OP, and like he was basically dry bones and was about to screw up Gaara and Lee. Gaara came to Lee's rescue after like almost destroying Lee's body in the tuning. And Bone Jutsu's like, okay, I'm about to use like Bone World, and he was about to destroy him, and then he's like, oh wait, I'm gonna die from cancer or some type of bone disease. And it was just like, oh, okay, but you're still a good character. I used to think Kakashi was just a high A tier, but recently my mind's changed. Kakashi's a good man. Kakashi dealt with such a tough life. He lost everyone he loved. Kakashi became Guy Sensei's best friend and rival, and just realized that Guy Sensei had potential when no one else did, because his father told him, and his father committed suicide, which is also a sad story. And R.I.P. Kakashi Papa and Kakashi friends such as Rin, Obito, Minato. Ah man, Kakashi's just had a hard one. I'll give him an S tier. Pretty cool guy. Don't think he should have performed a perfect Susanoo immediately after gaining an eye, but it is what it is. Plot armor do be OP. Kabuto, he's just C tier. He's just basically a Orochimaru's pushover guy who does all his dirty work. I don't even remember the story. He was like an orphan, then Orochimaru took him in or something. And then like Kabuto was like, oh yeah, I have the same name as a Pokemon, so I'm gonna do some bad stuff, even though Kabuto is one of the best fossils and is better than Ominite. Okay, if this is the Papa Bless Hashirama. Hashirama, man. Who thought wood jutsu would be so OP? Hashirama, the moment he comes back is like, from the dead, is like, wait, my granddaughter is Hokage? LMAO, bro. She is bad. Tsunade didn't deserve to be Hokage. But Hashirama was just like, lol, I don't care, I'm the king of the jutsu. Tobirama. Tobirama's an A tier, man. Tobirama was basically like, keep Konoha great again, and Donald Trumped the Uchihas. He didn't like the Uchihas, and he screwed up the Hidden Leaf, but that's okay because he had cool water jutsus. Tsunade. Tsunade is C tier. The worst Hokage. Just terrible. Just not a fan at all. Why is she Hokage? Jiraiya, I understand didn't want to be Hokage, but Tsunade, man? Really? Tsunade has been C tier because he died and he did nothing and you didn't even see him. And Tsunade's just like, I'm gonna just gamble and drink alcoholic beverages because he dead. Okay, Tsunade's pushover. D tier, stool girl. Just did nothing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do nothing the whole show. Okay, next one, Itachi. Before I was like, Itachi is in high A tier, no S tier, man, but Itachi's an S tier. He just gave up so much and sacrificed so much for Sasuke. It was heartbreaking when he died, I won't lie. And when you find out that twist in the story, when you find out after Sasuke kills him, that the whole time Itachi was just killed his own family just for the Hidden Leaf, to not be in a war because he hated wars so much, just hit home, and he deserves S tier. I will give it to him. Shark Boy, A tier. Kisame, man. I love the sword. Eats chakra. Basically a big shark beast. Okay, White Zetsu. Now this is the worst Akatsuki member. He is an E tier. Probably an F. Yeah, he's an F. I just hate this guy. It's just, what is he? He's just Hashirama cells clunked into a human / type of clone, and he's just disgusting, and ugh, get him out of here. Black Zetsu. Another bad. I did not like Black Zetsu. It was basically like, oh, I'm gonna make this story good by making people evil. And it's like, like, that's good and all, but no. Get out of here. Okay, Asuma Sensei. Asuma is a A tier. Man was willing to sacrifice his life for Naruto. Sasori, another A tier. I don't know why people hate on Sasori. Man had a troubled childhood. He just wanted to be a puppet master, but then things turned evil. His parents died. I mean, his parents' puppets kind of screwed up, but poor boy Sasori got done dirty. I mean, he did lose to Sakura, but like that's the reason people say he's a low tier, because he lost to Sakura. But it's like, man, Sakura had Lady Chiyo on her side, and Sasori was dealing with pain internally. Okay, next one, Deidara. Deidara is a D tier. I hated Deidara. He's so annoying. He just needs to stop. He just makes the show so life is an explosion. I mean, art is an explosion, and I do art, bro. I'm an art major, and it's like, yeah, art's nice and all, but you don't have to like flex that you play with like Play-Doh all the time, and you almost destroyed a whole village, and Gaara had to sacrifice himself and basically died to save the village. Lady Chiho, Gaara Reviver, I will give her a B tier. She literally died for Gaara to live, to protect the village. She was Sasori's grandma, I believe, and she just was willing to sacrifice it all for the betterment of the village, and understood what needed to be done. I don't even remember this character. I'm just putting him in F. I don't know. I don't remember him. Looks familiar, but not familiar enough. Obito, the simp for Rin. Oh, man. Obito, he'll play B tier. No, he's not. He's a C tier. Obito is basically like, yo, Rin, you died. Let Black Zetsu convince Madara to convince me to basically destroy this world and kill a bunch of good people, and I basically got Jiraiya killed because I made the Akatsuki evil, and I realized that I was wrong at the end, which was why he got C tier, and he was willing to sacrifice himself at the end, for he realized Naruto's Taknu Jutsu was just too OP for his invincible abilities. Even though he became a sage, he's still only a C tier. Sai, me boy. Sai is a B tier. Like Sai was okay. At first I hated Sai, but then Sai like drew better pictures. See, he was a real artist. Deidara was like, oh, look at my Play-Doh. So I was like, I'm going to draw some cool birds and some cool designs, and they're going to do the dirty work for me. But they're not going to explode, because that's just rude. And if they did explode, I forget. But he was just like, man, I had no childhood. I want to have emotions. Hanzo raised me wrong. Please, let me do something good for the village. Woodman is a tier. You gotta love Woodman. He's just basically, I forget his name. Why do I forget his name? His wood jutsu is basically like the Walmart brands of Hashiramas, but he's also like fondled as a kid by Orochimaru and was given those powers by manipulating him genetically with Hashirama cells. Interestingly, got wood jutsu to tame the Nine Tails. He didn't tame the Nine Tails when it needed to be tamed. Naruto got a little out of control, but it is alright. Yamato. I think? Yamato? Yeah. Yamato did good. Hidan. S tier, man. Hidan is the best Akatsuki member. Man is pure invincible. He didn't even die technically to Shikamaru. Shikamaru just buried him underground and he was like eating dirt. And maybe he's still alive. Like, show me the clip in the anime, because I don't read the manga of where he actually quote unquote died. I just saw him eating some dirt. He just got buried alive. Like, he probably found some potatoes under there. He done? Yeah, you killed Asuma. Yeah, it was quite tragic. But he was just chaotic and he didn't care about anything. He's part of the Lord Joshi cult. Praise Lord Joshi and you will become a skeleton man that stabs himself like a voodoo and can take out other people without dying. Quite OP. Okay. And his partner, Puppet Boy with the zillion hearts, just keeps stitching himself up with like 3 different chakra hearts or something. I don't even know. He is probably one of the worst Akatsuki members. Kakazu. Okay, Kakazu. Terrible Akatsuki member. I basically like money a lot. And I have 1,000,000 hearts. And I've been living since the dawn of age. And my body's deteriorating. And I'm melting off. Terrible character. Hated him as a Akatsuki. The only redeeming part of him is when he stitches up Hidan. Lord Third is a B tier. If he took care of Naruto, he would be rated higher, but he barely did. He basically was like, yo, Naruto, I know you're just a child, and I know you just cooked some fish, but can I have that fish? Because, like, I know you, like, I barely am a father figure, even though Minato trusted me to be. I'm gonna not do that. But besides that, he's pretty solid. Reaper Death seals himself to take away just Orochimaru's arms, which Orochimaru got back. Now that's dedication. Man summons Monk, and Monk did nothing other than be like, yo, you're gonna die, Lord Third. And he's gonna be like, oh snap, you're right, I am gonna die. White hair boy, I forget his name. Cool guy, A tier. Is it Shisui? No, not Shisui. Suigetsu, I think. Basically, man just turns into water slug. Not a slug, cause that's all Tsunade did. This guy will literally turn into water and just zoom around, and he just doesn't care. He's just having a good time. Experimented as a child. He just has these powers that he's honed, and yeah, he's just sick. Karen, basically. Karen's F. I didn't like Kareen at all. Kareen could go eat some soup in another place, man. Stop. Why? Like, the simps for Sasuke are the ones that get demoted because they're like, oh, bite my arm so you become OP. And he's like, okay, and just like eats her. And not in that way. He eats her like to get chakra points, and then those chakra points turn into Sasuke becoming OP. But it's like, man, I get it, you're a bad character, but you have visual jutsu. Hugo, my boy, Hugo is an A tier. Hugo, just basically good guy, just has a cursed body that turns evil. And that's where like half the characters get their curse mark from him, because that's his kind of jutsu. He just wants to live a normal life in tranquility with peace in the nature of the world. Even Boruto, he's protecting birds and stuff, even though that's probably anime canon, not manga canon. Okay, Ren Rin sacrificed herself pretty harshly. You deserve B tier. Rin was like, oh no. I didn't like how Rin was basically simping for Kakashi when Obito liked her, but Rin sacrifices herself and kills a tailed beast in her so that the enemy wouldn't get it because they were completely cornered. And Kakashi is about to fight someone else, and Rin knows it's over, so she jumps into Kakashi's blade and dies just like that. And Kakashi was heartbroken, Obito was heartbroken, and that's what started the Toby/Obito chronicles of him going AWOL. Okay, Minato, high A tier. Like, Minato, he's close to S tier. He is amazing. Man, literally Naruto's dad sacrifices himself so that Naruto can live. He sacrificed himself for the village, for Naruto. And you just want Minato to stay a while. I wish he was in the show more. Like, he's so close to S tier. He's like on the brink. He's on the line, but I'm gonna put him at A tier. I'm sorry, guys. Man's got the teleporting jutsu fastest, the hidden flash of the leaf or something. Man's Speedy Gonzalez. Danzo the Salamander. Danzo's a B tier. You know what? His Salamander jutsu was pretty cool, man. He deserves B tier. Conan, D tier. I'm just not a fan of Conan. Like, I get it. You have a couple of papers and you like to make them go boom boom. Yeah, but you are also just basically someone's backup every time. I don't like much. Like, you're either a good Akatsuki member or you're a mediocre one. That's just, there's no in between, really. And I think Conan just doesn't hit that hard. Okay, Pain. If I count this, okay. I don't like him in this form, but Pain, he deserves to be an S tier. Man destroys everything just because he believes it's the best option for people to understand pain. But instead, Naruto uses Takano Jutsu, and Pain's like, there is a savior in this world, this ninja world, and that is you, Naruto. I will entrust you to carry on your will to save the whole world from this devastating evil that curses the lands. He who killed thousands, killed some good characters, Kakashi. Oh, you just thought Kakashi couldn't die just there. And Pain brought everyone back to life and restored the village and sacrificed himself. Therefore, he is a S tier. Madara, okay, Madara is he's beside Minato, about to be S tier. S tier purgatory. He was on the line. Madara is just an animal. Man's taking on everyone that's alive, and he's just slapping them left and right with some meteors and stuff. Madara was persuaded by Black Zetsu, but man, like, Madara just made such good fights, and Madara declared Guy Sensei as the strongest opponent currently living besides, like, Hashirama, basically. Maybe even said, like, he was better than Hashirama. I don't remember exactly. But Madara understood that Guy Sensei was a powerful opponent, and Madara knew if he didn't have the rebirth jutsu, or basically the revive jutsu, he would have not won against Guy Sensei. And Madara was the one who faced the OG of jutsu, Hashirama. So you gotta give Madara slack and credit where credit's due, because he rivaled Hashirama, the GOAT. I really liked, I forget his name, Pain's friend. I forget, but he just wanted peace in the world. He wanted to do something, and he died sacrificing himself for his friends. And it just hurt. It really hurt. Okay. Oops. I'm forgetting names. I'm just going blank on names right now. Adult version of Kinemaru. Is it Kinemaru? I don't know. What's this? Oh, everyone's gonna hate me in the comments. Basically an A tier. When he becomes, he's like okay in the regular show. He's okay in Shippuden, but in Boruto he's like Sensei of Boruto and stuff. And man, he just is so good and strong, and he just wants to be Naruto, and he just wants to be a Hokage, and he wants to bring change. And I think he'll become Hokage in future. Quote this video and then bring it back later on. He will be Hokage. I know for a fact. By the time Boruto's done. At least once. Man, it was sad. Kakashi's dad, okay. The story of Kakashi's dad, basically. Man chose to save his teammates, his friends, his family type people to him instead of completing the mission. And he was ridiculed in the village for choosing to save his comrades over doing the mission. And he was hated so much, the White Flash, which is Kakashi's dad's nickname, he was hated so much he took his own life, and it was just terrible. And he left Kakashi as a kid by himself to train and be strong and to be the father figure to Naruto in a way. Not as much as Jiraiya, but just to be the better person. And Kakashi resented his dad for doing this. But then even, you know what, Obito understood. To leave your friends is scum. Then scummier than completing the mission. Like, you need to save your friends. That is the ninja way. A true ninja way. And Kakashi realized that after Obito spit in his face, telling him what is right and what is wrong. Okay. Naruto's mom. B to A. Nah, she's a high B tier. She's tied with Ino. It was so sad when basically Naruto's mom was like, oh, I'm gonna die right here. And sacrifices herself with Minato to tame the Nine Tails, to save the village, and to save Naruto. And to seal it in him, I think she did, with the chains. And she even comes back to life to talk to Naruto. And Naruto basically starts crying before she's leaving and is like, Mom, don't leave, even though she's like some sort of silhouette clone that's inside him after the seal of the Nine Tails slowly moves away. And he just wants to talk to her. That's his mom. It's so sad. Everyone wanted to cry. Yeah. Octopops. 8 Tails. Man is an A tier. He is tied with Kurama. Man just destroys things. He put some civilness into Killer Bee, and that's all you could ask for from Papa. He is there when you need him. He is not to be underestimated. Don't sleep on him. Honestly, Killer Bee, I will give him A tier. His raps, people love him. But his raps, they're like, okay, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But man was just a solid chin Cherokee. Man literally completed Iron Lariat with, what's it? The Clouds Hokage type figure. I just went blank. I can't do these names anymore. I'm gonna complete this video. But he's an A tier. Killer Bee, baby, A tier. I didn't like this guy, right? Forget his name. C tier. Man was just like, oh, I'm angry. I have one arm now. Yada yada. Minato beat me up. D tier. Choji's wife. She's just yells at Choji for eating. How dare you disrespect my thick king like that. Lollipop boy, I forgot what you're like, so you're a C tier. I think you were cool, but not cool enough. This guy was cool. He becomes the Kage Hoke of the Hidden Cloud later. So he's an A tier, guys. Okay. Man is B tier. Solid character. Nah, this guy doesn't deserve... Why did I put this guy A tier? He's a B tier. Let's be real. But these two... the rock guy just throws rocks. And... yeah. It was just disappointing. He would be higher than A tier if his jutsu actually got to do something. Because the time he used his jutsu, they just like dodged it. And it's like, oh, he has 3 chakra styles into one jutsu and it makes like a cube. Oh, let's see it. Oh, we're about to see it. Oh, wait, we don't see it. It just cuts like buildings and stuff because he's too old to land a hit. And the opponent's too OP to land it too. This guy's a B tier because he's cool and he's like, oh yeah, Naruto, you can't walk on water? Then you could train with Jiraiya, boy. Even though I was going to be like some sick trainer for you. This chick is just too stubborn and bored. I don't know, man. This chick's just there. Whatever. Barely know anything about her. C tier. The Mizukage, B tier. She protects the guy with the sword who becomes the next Mizukage. And she's just got some OP lava style jutsu. And you know what? She's a swinger, but she cool, like. So she get this B tier. Okay, this guy was pretty cool too, B tier. Man's got some sort of recon jutsu type stuff. Basically the human UAV of the show. Got an eye patch. Man is OG. I really like this guy. A tier. This guy was like a little shy, timid boy, but when it's time to fight, he stood up for what is right and he fought, even though he really did nothing in any of the shows. He's still an A tier. Okay. Samurai Boy. Samurai Boy did absolutely nothing. Samurai Boy's just there. Okay, we're going to put him at C tier because he's better than these characters. This guy, he's like, oh, I could turn invisible. And it's like, sick, you get a B tier. Because, yeah, invisible stuff's cool. Papa guy, you're also here because I forget your story. You basically are just this guy's dad and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do loud stuff because I'm Raikage. That's it, Raikage. Oysterman C tier. He's just Oyster, you know. Genkaku and Stankaku A tier, man. They're just savages. They bit the Nine Tails for fun. Because it was cool. They don't care. They just want to have a good time. And that's alright with me, man. They're not an S tier. They're just A tiers. Lower A tiers, but they're A tiers. Okay, the Lord Six Paths dude. He's an A tier. He wanted the best for the world. He took out Kyuga, his mother. His backstory's good. I don't know if it's anime canon or manga canon when it shows his backstory, but it was delicious. He protects the world. He is the sage of the Six Paths. Zabuza, man, high A tier. Zabuza was just the sick first villain that changes his mind because a little shrimp Naruto used OP Taknu Jutsu and was basically like, your best friend died. Your best friend, Haku, was willing to sacrifice his life for you, and he died for you just now. And this guy's not even giving you that money for it. And he's like, oh, I don't care. And then like he keeps talking, and then the Zabuza just starts crying. He's like, I have no arms right now, but I'm literally gonna do some damage because I am not gonna let Haku's death die in vain. He just roasts Gato, and I think Gato, the bridge owner that like hired him, and it was just sad. Zabuza, man, just was such a good starting villain, and became good because of Naruto's Taka no Jutsu.